Hello everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. Special thanks to all of my patrons, my name's Neil, and it's time for the next episode of University Challenge. We're now in the quarterfinals. I'm excited to have learned that it is a double knockout stage, which means one tough loss does not immediately eliminate a team. You have to get 2 wins to advance, 2 losses to go home. So, it means we're going to see these 8 teams quite a bit in the coming weeks, and I'm excited because there are some really strong teams, as evidenced by the first quarterfinal match that we saw between Reading and Birmingham. This match, episode 26 of Series 51, for those of you playing along at home, is between King's College London and Imperial. If I'm to guess, I'm going to say Imperial is in London, but I don't know that for sure. But I can't recall the contestants on these teams off the top of my head, but I'm sure I'll be reminded of them as soon as Paxman introduces them. So let's jump right into it, guys. This is episode 26, King's College London versus Imperial. Fingers on buzzers.
Now, the team from King's College London arrived here after a narrow victory over Glasgow University in round 1 by 115 points
I
to
remember
100
that one,
points.
yeah. Rashid, yeah, he's got that big smirk.
Now, the team from Imperial College London have already seen off St John's College, Cambridge by 210
Oh,
points.
Zhang's got insane geography, doesn't he? I remember him.
Fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. What given name links the following? The US actress who won Oscars for her roles in the films Tootsie and Blue Sky, the Mitford sister whose books include The American Way of Death.
King's Rashid.
Nancy.
Now you lose 5 points. And the daughter of Shylock in Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice.
Jessica.
Jessica is correct, yes. These bonuses are on the Roman scholar and administrator Boethius. Born in around 480, Boethius is perhaps best known for what work, written in prison before his execution by the Ostro-Gothic king Theodoric?
On Liberty.
No, it's a constellation of philosophy. Name the 2 British rulers who've made notable translations of Boethius. They died in 899 and 1603, respectively.
Well, 1603 is Elizabeth I.
Yeah.
899 must be like Alfred the Great and Elizabeth I.
That's correct, yes.
Wow.
A translation
I
of
need to know my
Boethius and a
dates of
treatise
English
on the
monarchs much
astrolabe
better.
are prose works by which English poet who died in 1400?
Treatise on the
Died in
astrolabe.
1400 is Chaucer.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it has to be, doesn't it? Yeah. Chaucer.
Correct. Historically known as Propontis, which small inland sea partly separates the Asiatic
Imperial
and
Tsum.
The Sea of Marmara.
the Sea of Marmara is correct.
Yeah, geography insane.
Questions on the Zoological Society of London's surveys of wildlife living in the River Thames. In 2020, the ZSL reported sightings in tidal waters of the short-snouted species of what fish of the genus Hippocampus?
It's literally mean water
Short-snouted.
horse.
Yeah, it might be.
go with that.
Yeah.
Seahorse.
Seahorse.
Seahorse is correct.
Yeah.
Since the first ZSL survey in 2013, numbers of what marine mammal in the river have risen, with a recent count of several thousand of the grey and harbour species.
Seals.
Right?
Oh, porpoise is there.
No, it's seals. You don't have 1,000 porpoises in the Thames. It's seals.
A seal.
Seal is correct. Taupe and starry smooth hound are small species of what fish? They both give birth to live young and are thought to use the Thames estuary as a nursery.
Perch. Perch have live young.
Guppy.
No, it's sharks. In
Sharks do
2020,
too.
the LOFAR telescope detected radio emission from an object informally named Eligast. This is an example of what type of celestial body, usually discovered through infrared emission, and
Pulsar.
which is too small to ignite hydrogen nuclear.
Brown dwarf.
Brown dwarf is correct. What single-word term describes either of a pair of chemical compounds whose molecular structures are mirror images of each other and are not superimposable simply by reorientation?
Enantiomer.
Enantiomer is correct. In terms of physical properties, enantiomers differ from each other only in the direction in which they are able to rotate. What kind of light, which consists of waves vibrating in the same direction?
Polarized.
Polarized light is right. What word describes a mixture containing equal amounts of enantiomers That is, equal amounts of the right and left-handed isomers.
Racemic.
Correct, yes. Picture around now, you're going to see a map of India with a state capital marked. The 10 points give both the name of the city and the state of which it's the capital.
Is that Chennai?
Imperial Tsum.
And
Chennai and Tamil Nadu.
That is correct.
yeah, I got half of that right.
Firstly,
Lucknow and Uttar Pradesh.
that's correct. Well done.
Jeez.
Secondly,
Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh.
that is correct, yes. And finally,
Kolkata, West
Kolkata.
Bengal.
correct.
Jeez, zing.
10 points
So
for this.
fast.
Named after a Welsh-born philanthropist, what cultural monument in Los Angeles, close to the Hollywood sign, has served as a location in numerous films, including Rebel Without a Cause and
Griffiths
La La Land?
Observatory.
The planetarium?
Now you lose 5 points. The building includes the Leonard Nimoy Event Theatre and the Samuel Ocean Planetarium.
Yeah, it's the Griffiths Observatory.
Pinker Center.
No, it's the Griffith Observatory. What French term denotes a person variously described as an ambivalent figure of urban affluence and modernity who has no
Bourgeoisie.
other
King's
purpose?
Rashid.
Nouveau riche.
No, you lose 5 points. Who has no other purpose in life than to be an acute observer of industrialized contemporary life. The term is thought to derive from an Old Norse word meaning to wander aimlessly.
Flania.
Flaneur is correct, yes. Which US pop artist created the 1992 work Bedroom at Arles, described as a fresh new look at a work by Van Gogh?
90s pop art, I don't know. Was Liechtenstein still going then?
Warhol.
No, it was Liechtenstein.
Oh, sorry.
Its animal figures often said to resemble those of Hieronymus Bosch. The Tilled Field is a work of about 1924 by which Catalan painter?
Oh,
Picasso?
Catalan's
Was he
Joan
Catalan?
Miro, but, Joan Miro.
Correct. Marcel Duchamp's 1919 work, LHOOQ, is a humorous treatment of which early 16th century painting?
Early 16th century, 15.
The Mona Lisa. He drew on the Mona Lisa, but that's
True.
Mona
The
Lisa.
Mona Lisa is correct, or okay.
Early 16th century Mona Lisa.
In Gulliver's Travels, which island is separated from Lilliput by an 800-yard wide channel? The two empires are involved in an ongoing...
Brobdingnag?
Maze.
Brobdingnag.
No, you lose 5 points. And involved in an ongoing war over which end of a boiled egg should be broken? It's blefuscu. What word is this? Denoting bent nails or spikes attached to a frame to enable the even drying of cloth. It appears in a common expression indicating painful or frustrating suspense.
Tenterhooks.
Sharif.
Tenterhooks?
Tenterhooks is correct. What large genus of fungi is characterized by thick stems and an absence of gills on the underside of the cap? Examples in Britain include the cep and the old man of the woods.
Just give me a large.
Morels.
Pass.
It's Boletus. What is the common name of fungi of the genus Lactaria, so called because they exude a latex-like fluid when damaged?
Milkwood? It's milk something.
No.
I don't
Milkwood is the only thing.
They're milk caps. Having
Milk
a
caps.
fruiting body with a distinctive pitted head, what name is commonly given to edible fungi of the Morchella genus?
Pitted.
disgusting
No,
looking.
pitted porcini.
It's not. Chanterelle.
No, it's morels.
Oh, they're morels. Oh, damn.
Give two answers promptly. Up, down, bottom, and top are
Quarks.
4 flavors of quark.
Imperial Tsum.
Strange and Charm.
Strange and charmed are the others, yes.
Anticipated the wrong question.
3 questions on the alternative rock band They Might Be Giants.
Okay.
Born in 1860, which Belgian painter is the title figure of a song by They Might Be Giants? His works include Entry of Christ into Brussels and Portrait of the Artist Surrounded by Masks.
That's not Ensor, is it?
Do you want to say it?
Yeah.
That sounds like an Ensor, but I don't realize
Is it
that.
Ensor?
It is James Ensor, yes.
I didn't realize
In
They Might Be
office from
Giants did a song about
1845,
him.
Which US president is the subject of a song that mentions Manifest Destiny, the Mexican War, and the Oregon Territory?
James
Hoover?
K. Polk.
Polk? Oh, 1845.
James K. Polk is correct. Which early studio album shares its name with a cathedral city on the River Wytham at the junction of Foss Way and Ermine Street?
Witham is Lincoln, so.
Correct. 10 points if you can name the opera.
The Magic Flute.
It is the magic flute, yes. For your bonuses, you're going to hear 3 more mothers in opera singing to their children. Firstly,
This is
Woefully uneducated on opera, I'm afraid.
Guess the opera. Is it Das Rheingold?
no, it's Hansel and Gretel. Secondly, this, please.
Was German.
Is it Die Fledermaus? I only know that because of Batman.
Is it Der Rosenkavalier?
No, it's not. It's Richard Strauss's Electra. Finally,
It doesn't say.
They're milking the time. They've got a strong lead. They're taking their time.
No one. I will say Rheingold again.
well, you'd be completely wrong. It's Madame Butterfly. Named after an entrepreneur in the steel industry, which city in Indiana experienced rapid population loss in the mid-20th century?
Gary.
Gary is correct. Well done.
I didn't know that was named after
authors and banknotes.
Steel Empire.
Born in 1862, the novelist and women's rights activist Fatima Allier became the first woman to appear on which country's banknotes? She features on the 50 lira note introduced in 2009.
50 lira Turkey then.
Turkey.
Yeah.
Are there any no other options?
Fatima and Lira, it's got to be
Fatima,
Turkey.
so-
Turkey?
Turkey is correct.
Yeah.
The author Ichiyo Higuchi appears on a Japanese 5,000 yen note. She died aged 24 in 1896 during the reign of which emperor?
Akihito?
The Meiji Emperor?
Correct. The Bank of England £10 note introduced in 2017 features Jane Austen and an image of which cathedral, which was her final resting place?
Is it Winchester?
It is Winchester, yes.
Wow.
Kievo and Hellas are football teams in which city?
King Sathyaнаth.
Verona.
Verona is correct. Born in 1839, which US scientist gives his name to the thermodynamic quantity with the symbol G for golf?
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Gibbs is correct, yes. A Nobel Prize winner in 1920, which German scientist formulated what became known as the third law of thermodynamics?
Planck?
Hess.
No, it was Nernst. Born in 1831, which Scottish scientist proposed a hypothetical demon that occurs in a thought experiment concerning thermodynamics?
Not a clue. Watt.
Is it Kelvin?
No, it isn't. It's James Clerk Maxwell. The films of what screenwriter and director include adaptation, Being John Malkovich,
King Sathyaнаth.
Oh,
Being John Malkovich, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Why am
and
I blanking on
Synecdoche, New York?
Charlie Kaufman.
Charlie
Kaufman,
is correct.
yes.
Well done. Barrel, rib, groin, and tierceron are among words that may precede what specific term for an arched ceiling?
Vault?
Vault?
is
Vault or vaulting
good
is
for
correct.
them, yeah.
Bath
wouldn't have
Abbey
got
and
that.
Sherborne Abbey are noted for what highly decorative form of vaulting? So called because its ribs resemble the curve of a handheld object.
Combed?
No, it's fan vaulting.
Yeah.
A location for the Harry Potter films. The cloisters of which cathedral near the River Severn are an early example of fan vaulting?
Gloucester?
Gloucester is correct. Well done.
Wow, Kings is getting
This.
crushed.
Taroko Gorge, Sun Moon Lake, and the National Palace.
Imperial Tsung.
Taiwan.
Taiwan is correct. Your bonuses are on terms beginning with the prefix amph. That's A-M-P-H, meaning both or two.
Okay.
What is the name given to an ancient two-handled jug or drinking vessel?
Amphora.
Amphora?
Yeah, sorry it's so easy. What name is given to the class of silicate minerals in which the silicon-oxygen base units are linked to form double chains?
Amphiclase?
Amphiclase?
No, it's amphiboles. In
That's a
chemistry,
bulls.
what term describes a compound having both acidic and basic properties?
Amphoteric?
Amphoteric is right.
Okay.
For your picture starter, you'll see a photograph of a world leader. 10 points if you can name him.
Ali Khamenei.
Ali Khamenei, that's right. Your bonuses are 3 more of the world's longest-serving leaders. This time I want you to name the country that each leads. Firstly, in office since 1985, this is the Prime Minister of which country?
Thailand? Indonesia?
Singapore.
Could it be a Suharto?
Is it Singapore?
No, it's Hun Sen of Cambodia.
Cambodia.
Secondly, Prime Minister from 1975 and President since 1982 of which country?
Angola? I don't think it's Uganda.
Is it Uganda?
No, it's Paul Biya of Cameroon. And finally, in office since 1994, this is the president of which country?
It's Lukashenko from Belarus.
Lukashenko of Belarus.
Yeah, he's been around
That's
for
correct.
forever. He's a dictator, basically.
Academy Award-winning films of which leading Hollywood figure have titles ending with glory, dinner, winter, and pond?
Kings Rashid.
Hepburn.
Redford.
Catherine Hepburn, is
Hepburn, of
correct,
course.
yes.
I immediately went male. That was my mistake.
Right, these bonuses are on physiology. The ceruminous glands that produce the substance cerumen are found in what pair of organs of the human body?
Cerumen. Ear.
Is it the kidneys?
No, it's the ears. Located between the ear and the ascending branch of the lower jaw, what are the largest of the salivary glands?
Parotid.
Parotid is correct, yes. The sebaceous glands of Zeiss and the modified sweat glands known as the glands of Moll are found on the edges of which specific part of the face?
The nose. The sebaceous glands. They're in there, I think, aren't they?
The eyes?
That's not specific enough, no, it's eyelids.
Oh.
In physics, the mass ratio of which two subatomic particles has a value to the nearest whole number of 1,836.
Electrons and neutrons?
Now, you lose 5 points for
Listen,
Protons and electrons.
It's protons and electrons, yes.
I didn't understand that question at all.
What unit is equivalent to 100 square meters? I need a three-letter word here.
No, because
Three-word term.
Three-word term.
Oh, 3 letters.
100 square meters. Hectameter.
pass, sorry.
It's ARE. What unit is equivalent to 1/2 the natural log of 10 nepers? Again, I need a three-letter word.
An erg.
No, it's a bell. Finally,
decibel.
what unit is about
Okay.
150 million kilometers?
Parsec.
No, it's an astronomical unit. The name of what branch of philosophy appears in an ancient work thought to have been compiled by Nicomachus?
Ethics.
Ethics is correct. Bonuses are on panhandles of the USA. Which northwestern state's panhandle is often referred
Alaska.
to as the chimney because of its appearance on a map?
Idaho. Idaho.
State. Idaho, surely.
Idaho is correct. The majority of which state's panhandle is contained within the Tongass Forest?
Alaska.
The
Alaska.
largest national forest?
Alaska.
Correct. Nicknamed the mountain state because it is part of the
West Virginia.
Appalachian system. What is the only US state with two panhandles?
West Virginia.
Virginia is correct.
Zhang's a
Naming the
beast.
two North American lakes linked by the Welland Canal to the south of Toronto. The natural waterway between
Ontario
these
and
two lakes
Erie.
is the Niagara
Imperial
River.
Tongue.
Erie and Ontario.
Correct. Named after a military and political figure who died in 1830 and described as a globe-trotting band of firecrackers, which youth orchestra was initiated in Caracas in the 1970s by Jose Antonio Abreu?
It's one of the liberators, surely, isn't it? Like the Simon
Bolivar.
Name it like the Simon Bolivar Orchestra or something.
That is absolutely right. Prominent in increasing the Simon Bolivar Orchestra's international profile, which composer took over as its musical director in 1999?
Miranda?
Pass.
He's Puerto Rican.
Gustavo Dudamel. Among the orchestra's hallmark works, Danzon No. 2 and Conga del Fuego Nuevo are compositions by which Mexican composer born in 1950?
I don't know my Mexican composers.
Not Rodrigo.
No, it's Marquez. In geography, an isopad.
Imperial crushed.
Imperial, congratulations to you. 235 is another terrific score. from you.
Halfway
We
to the
shall look forward
semis.
Seeing you again. And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Wow. That was a crushing. I think I said last episode that we're down to just elite teams, but Kings might be the exception to that. They have squeaked through both of their first round and second round matches. I'm not saying they're a bad team, but they don't operate at the powerhouse level that some of these other teams like Imperial do, and it was evident in today's episode. But they get another chance. They get another chance to prove me wrong. So more power to them. I find Imperial very interesting. Mays, the captain, he's certainly very knowledgeable, but I would argue their strongest player is Zhang on the far left. And yeah, that's just unusual. Typically the the player fastest on the buzzer and most knowledgeable is also the captain, but for some reason Imperial decided to go in a different direction, and Zeng's geographical knowledge blows me away. Like I am a proper geography nerd, and he puts me to shame. His speed and his breadth and his depth of geographical knowledge is impeccable. Really fun episode, but like I said, a blowout, and I'm looking forward to a lot more close matches here in the quarterfinals. So I expect that this is the exception as opposed that proves the rule, and look forward to the next one. So until then, everybody, take care, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.